keep them coming. I can do this all day. That's the third drone in as many days. Where are the Void damn things coming from? Not likely. I've been keeping my lamps open for these things ever since they started attacking. But thanks for the concern all the same. Of course, we could have staunched the flow of drones by now if Officer Carr dispatched another patrol, as I requested, but no such luck. Officer Carr says we've already committed too many units to the field and that the Protectorate could launch a counterattack at any moment. That if I nag her on it one more time, she'll, quote, have me peeling Spectrum potatoes till my phalanges fall off. And everyone knows you can't shoot for shit without your trigger finger. So instead of allocating necessary resources, she set up a bounty terminal, handing our defense spending over to freelancers. In short, it's an easy way to convert bullets into bits. If you're keen on lending a hand, bounty terminal's just left of the constabulary. Carr doesn't trust me with that kind of work anymore. Not after my last performance review. So I guess we're trusting in degenerate bounty hunters now. Splendid. Then you'll know how to disassemble them with utmost animosity. When you say you know a thing or two, that means you're an expert, right? Sure wish I was an expert at something. Regrettably, my last performance review would suggest otherwise. You know, stranger, you seem more than qualified to finish off the drones. For a freelancer, that is. Find that bounty terminal, blast some drones, and show the Protectorate who's boss. Ideally in that order. Good luck out there. Happy hunting, soldier. Between the constant assault of drones and my official reprimands, seems all I can do is stand here and...
Pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral brethren in the wilds. Theoretically. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather pressing, and alas, one scientist-turned-tamer can only do so much. One might say I'm perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs. No, I don't believe it is. That's what the Protectorate announcers wanted us to believe anyway, before Auntie showed us the truth. No, this is quite abnormal, I'm sure. Anyhow, all I know is that if they were to begin working with each other, the mood in town would certainly be merrier. Or something akin to it. Well, I was a subject once. Despite my talents, the plan dictated that I should be relegated to programming cleaning mechs. Bah. But then, Auntie's choice came along and offered to transform our lives for the better. I chose to accept, and look where I am today. Over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I have finally earned the respect I was always due. poor things. They either fought to the last or chose to flee. It's regrettable, but some folk just aren't ready to embrace change. All they knew was being told how to live. They couldn't imagine any other way. Ask any of the other Protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to show, that is true freedom. Why do you assume I had anyone I could consider as such? My parents returned to the Void long ago. No siblings, no children. I am the sole bearer of my name. As for friends, few cared for a janitor who talked to herself and preferred her books to praising the Sovereign. Couldn't possibly understand what it's like to be seen as nothing. Then finally be afforded the opportunity to prove your worth. In any case, I do hope I've satisfied your curiosity. The war effort and liberating the rest of the Protectorate waits for no one, you understand? I would never imply such a thing. I'm sure the Minister and Officer Carr have only our best interests at heart. Though I must admit, their continuing quarrels give me trepidation. I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner. So I should return to the Protectorate and accept swift death for desertion? Certainly not. I would much rather stay here, continue my work, and hope my leaders can reach an accord. Challenging though it may be, one wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to secure a decisive victory with weaponry and technology. As for which approach is best, I wish I knew. I see. I hope his spirits may be sustained. I have grown fond of the Minister, but I cannot help but wonder if he fully understands how proud the Protectorate are. It takes great courage or desperation to acknowledge the wrongs of one's society, and even more to leave it entirely. He may find that courage to be rarer than he thinks, or perhaps he will manage to prove me wrong with his powers of persuasion yet again. How I would welcome it in this case. Very well. I ought to focus more on my work than on social tensions. I work directly with Officer Carr and her soldiers to ensure they're outfitted with the best Raptidon counterparts Paradise Island can provide. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild Raptidons. It's most agreeable. Dear, I rather hoped that Copernicus rolled off the tongue a sight better than designation C0P3R. I suppose I'll ensure he responds to both in any case.
Just because we're not fighting doesn't mean I ain't keeping my lamps on.
Head, and this happens.
With a door this tough, they must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition too. Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
Holler when you're ready for me, Doc. I'll be over here. Definitely not in excruciating pain.
Consume in peace, and we won't have a problem.
Don't believe the rumors. Our rate of science is lower than anywhere else on the Earth.
Our target audience here is welcome to the Name Pending Saloon, purveyor of spirits and stimuli. What'll it be, stranger? Why, sure. You'd be surprised how much loose talk and idle speculation occurs around here. What, between the Protectorate defectors, finally able to speak their minds, and all our off-duty Antes employees carping about work and the war? Any particular topic you have in mind? Oh, Minister Milverstreet's blessed with the gift of gab. Swear he could sell bypass shunts to a Raptidon. Ain't one of them falsely magniloquent types, though. Sincere fella. Shares command of Fairfield with Acquisitions Officer Carr. She's blunt and murderous. Two traits Auntie's Choice highly prizes in a commander of corporate forces. To say they have differing approaches to leadership is like saying, gee, suns are hot, whilst being incinerated in a solar eruption. Vox Station's run by a brigadier by the name of Montelli. Sounds like he's as much a danger to his own troops as ours. Real piece of work, even by Protectorate standards. Reportedly enamored of show trials and summary executions. Tell you one thing you can't avoid, the bridge. No other way around it, and at present, it's held by Protectorate forces. We have a small contingent of troops bivouacked nearby. Forward Operating Base, they call it. You're asking me for the particulars of a high-level corporate acquisition. Like, an in-depth accounting of the various parties who vied for control and who won out in the end? They merged. Rebranded. Auntie Cleo seems in charge now. Dunno. Do my best to steer clear of corporate intrigue. My pleasure. Got anything for me in return? Apologies, but tall tales and poorly formed fabrications failed to impress me much. Here I was hoping you'd have a good story for me in exchange, but oh well. Not everyone's a seasoned raconteur. That is an ensuing step on my 19-point business plan. Trying to find a name that would convince patrons to spend their hard-earned bits here. Like to hear a few contenders? At present, my top favorites are 1. The Drunken Haggler, 2. Accessories, 3. Absinthe-Minded, 4. The Fair Shake. Now tell me, which would make you spend your hard-earned bits here? Well, that's what we'll call it then. I'll tell future business partners we did extensive outside testing. I can now check off step 18 of my business plan. Wait, have you already read it? Did you sneak in here whilst I was on break and peruse it in its entirety? Well, you must be some kind of intuitive business genius then. Hope you're not staying in town long. Don't need the competition. Pick your poison. And I am mostly not being literal there.
Activity to full burn in those small hours. All right, enough yet.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? It has nothing to do with my current and very temporary shortage of product.
You just stopping by to admire the mines, or is there something I can help you with? Only becomes a problem if the objects start talking back. Make my job a whole lot easier if they would, though. See this system here? It deploys extreme countermeasures against overhead attacks in the form of aerial explosives, oft referred to as sky mines by those who prefer brevity. However, the whole thing is currently non-operational. Some problem with the lifting mechanism. No lift means no sky mines. No sky mines means the enemy can blow in like a bad sail, and we'll all be passing in our bits before you can say, "Gee, nice weather we're having today." Please. I'm not some flathead doesn't know her hygroscopic compounds. You mess with the balance, you risk the whole thing combusting. Are you loaded to the bulkhead? There is no universe where that works. I'll be over there if you need me. Way over there. Should clear the blast radius at that distance. All right, so you got her working. Bully for you. No, sorry, you're right. You did me, and all of Fairfield, a good turn here. Just thought I'd feel more relieved when the launcher was working again. There's just this weight in my chest won't loosen. Protectorate could launch an attack from that Vox station anytime. What if the mines aren't enough? You know what? You're right. Now that the system's fixed, no point lollygagging. Here, managed to cobble some frags together from a damaged mine earlier. And seeing how expertly you worked, you may as well.
Auntie 2 bits, and she'll give you some new glitz. Give Auntie 5 bits, and she'll give you...
Am I going to need to find a job?
You certainly can't have mine. What kind of skills do you have?
Whatever skills are needed. I'm just a cog in the system, and the system abides.
Hey, that's pretty catchy. Oh my God.
Take whatever business you're running elsewhere.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like? Hello again. I don't think we were properly introduced. I'm Arthur Crombie. Welcome to more. I've been working the store going on a few weeks now. Got promoted shortly after Auntie's Choice liberated Fairfield. Still finding my stride with all the marketing suavities, as you witnessed. Advertising's been a right struggle to get a hold of, much to my chagrin. Well, advertising is an essential part of my business. But I haven't got any new products to advertise. According to the guide, in situations such as this, I'm to consult my marketing department. I didn't want to seem discourteous by asking. I still sometimes forget this isn't the Protectorate. Maybe I will. Thanks for all your help. Now, is there anything I can do for you? Like they say, a bit spent today. Welcome, welcome. See any? How can I improve your day the Auntie's way? Sure thing. Exit in when you want back. Say, I think I'm getting a hand. Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
How about I do my job and you do whatever it is you do?
Boy, take this terminal and trash it. That's it. I need a smoke. If you're about to blast me about fixing that void-forsaken terminal, it'll have to wait. I'm entitled to a break like I'm a technician. I've been getting pressure from folks up top to deploy these Protector. The drones are ready to launch. All that he's doing is fixing their targeting priorities so they mark us. Drones are only as dangerous as their programming. I know it probably seems like we're up to our ducks and troops, but half of them are ex-Protectorate trainees. Been key mashing all day. Surprised my fingers ain't stumps at this point. It was a simple. These Protectorate systems aren't like ours back home. Trip the wrong switch and you get locked out. Have to start all over. Ask me how I know. Have another smoke? Sometimes you gotta get away from the problem in order to solve the problem. That's guessing that means you're flat out. Not that I need the help of some Protectorate townie, understand? Bet a fellow drone operator like him would have some insight into all this. What? Oh, yeah. If I can get these drones launched, you're welcome to help your... Something I can help you with? Not yet. Though, if anyone asks, I'm making unprecedented progress. You'd think so, huh? But these Protectorate systems aren't like ours back home. Trip the wrong switch and you get locked out. Have to start. Ain't defeatist. That's just fact. Sometimes you gotta get away from the problem and you vent all the fun.
People think I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind. Well, maybe I am drunk. Drunk on board.
Leave me be. Have you two come to mock me like your fellow dullards? No. On the contrary, you have the manner of an officer about you. It's in the way you carry yourself, like a ship with the slightest amount of drag. You've seen... Yes, I understand what you mean completely. Please, allow me to start over. I am Warden Sterling, dedicated servant of the Protector of Arcadia and caretaker of worlds, the Sovereign Henry Varick. And if I did, so you would. But I am of two minds on the matter of providing one. I think it best we end our conclave here. Be on your...
A lot of fresh blood in the talent pool around here.